Hey, guys, we got a great show tonight. We've got Neil and Tony.
No, you haven't.
Hey, where's Neil?
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's Neil?
Sunning himself in sunny Turkey.
Doggone it. I tell you what, typical politician. Anyway, we got three members of the Dream Team here, right? We got Tony, councillor from Exwick and St. Thomas.
You certainly have.
We've got Karen Lowe, brainiac, beauty person, professional, amazing person. And we got Douglas Lang, who
Such
is
a smoothie.
on our producer sound desk, okay? But he's been replaced. Sorry, Doug. Anyway, and our guest tonight is Jake from Evo Media.
Hey.
Now, guys, Nathan Johnson couldn't be with us, Inspector Nathan Johnson, okay, tonight. But that's okay, because he and I had a chat yesterday. He told me all about policing, and we're going to have a great time talking about that. Thank you very much, Nathan, for sharing all that detail with me. And okay, guys, the reason why we're here tonight is because of the gratuity and graciousness of Jake and his company, Evo Media. They're our sponsors tonight. Hey, let's give us a hand, Jess. Okay, great. Is everybody hearing that applause loud enough? What do you think?
Not very many people in the audience today, Rob.
As long as that's good with you, I'm fine with it. Hey, Jake, tell us a little bit about your company and why you decided to sponsor this podcast.
Well, firstly, I've heard this is a great show, so I wanted to sponsor a good cause. And yeah, Evolution Media is a marketing agency based in the heart of Exeter. And we work with brands big and small to help grow their presence in the market.
Fantastic. Let's give a round of applause.
Another round of applause.
Worth pointing out, Karen is part of our team.
Karen is the brains of the team. Karen's the brains of the team. Okay, guys, so thanks, Jake. More later from you, okay? And Karen, thank you. So now to our main show. Tonight we're going to run through, we're going to play a great video from Neil because you know he never sleeps, you know? Tony and Neil never sleep, okay? They're always thinking about you guys. We're going to find out
24/7, Rob, 24/7.
We're going to talk about the local and national news, always something interesting, and there's always a development from this mysterious subversives, former subversives that we that are no longer with Reform, thank goodness.
Thank God.
And then we're going to discuss the thrills and challenges of being a media company, right, Jake? We're going to talk about some of the challenges of policing, and Tony's going to announce the Weed of the Week.
I'm going to announce the Weed of the Week. Yes, it's still going.
Thank you so much. Hey, Jess, show that slide about our great call-in feature. Now, guys, only if you're a member of the Reform Exeter Party. I don't care if you're conservative, Lib Dem, you identify as an American or Trump supporter. You have to be in a Reform Exeter supporter
Or American, yeah.
or member. You can dial into 07355-429-205 and we'll take your live call, okay? And hey, if you aren't, what's the problem? If you're under 25, it's 10 quid. If you're over 25, it's 25 quid. Can't afford it? Come on, give us a break. Hey, Jess, give us a round of applause for that, right?
It's getting louder. It's getting louder.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, and don't forget to give us your questions and answers as we go along. I'm not going to be able to see them on my little device there, so maybe our producer thing. Anyway, okay, so Tony, before you kick us off, I'm going to show us a little video, a charming video we took from you when you were
this is embarrassing.
running.
I'm Tony, your St. Thomas and Exwick Reform candidate. You want change? Vote for me. May the 1st. Be there.
Got my vote.
Fantastic. Okay, well, Tony, give us a little bit of a rundown, just a summary of who you are and how you came to be.
I'm Tony, your St.
Oh, I'm coming back on again. Look. Yeah. Obviously, you know I am Tony Stevens. I'm your county councillor for St. Thomas and Exwick, and as you know, Neil is the county councillor for Alphington and Cowick. I thought what I'd say instead of my achievements at the moment is just a little statement from this secret bunker, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah.
Got to say that. And essentially what it is look, when we were elected, you voted for reform and you voted for change, which means you voted us in. We said we represent you and do the best for the community that we've been living in all our lives. That we'd be transparent, approachable, as well as fight your corner. We also told you we would not back down at meetings that we attend, and believe you me, we do attend a lot. We'd scrutinise everything and ask those questions that don't want to be asked. And one of those is, are we getting value for money? Of course, we can't do that without the people behind us, the procurement specialists, the auditors, and that wonderful team of volunteers that do the leaflet delivery.
The dream team.
The dream team, sorry, Rob. The dream team that do the leaflet deliveries. And from there, I've got to say that Neil and myself, a big thank you.
Yeah. And what you're seeing, guys, on the slide there is, I think it's a picture that I took in March when we had our amazing volunteers. They were, going all over the city. And that man there was so enthusiastic. Poor guy didn't even have some trousers to put on that day, I think. You could see his whole set of trousers. But like I say, if you're not an accountant like Karen, if you're not a brainiac like Jake, or a charming man like Douglas, don't worry about it. You can always
What about
issue
me? You
some
forgot me
leaflets,
then.
right?
Yeah, missed you out.
So,
What are they
okay.
saying?
It's probably a good reason, Jake.
Yeah, basically.
Never mind.
Okay, so hey, Jess, flash up a little slide about Jake there, and while he talks about why what a great company he has, and then we'll get in a little more detail maybe later in the pod. Yeah.
Yeah, so Evolution Media, do you want to know how I set the business up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
super.
a little bit about the
Thanks.
story. Okay, so
Yeah.
I worked for a company in tech over in the States and did that for a number of years. Had some good success and decided time to leave and start something else. So I set up a business originally to launch companies into the UK and Europe from over in the States and from Taiwan and places like that. And that was nearly 10 years ago. And the company's changed a lot in that time. And we now have a massive team, really, considering what it was in the beginning to what we've got now, who are people who are really enthusiastic, like people like Wes, who you met earlier.
Yeah, oh my
setting up
gosh.
cameras.
Yeah.
Very technical people who know far more than I do, make me look good, but do a fantastic job for all of our clients. So, it's
Hey,
been a
Jake,
good
by the
journey.
way, can I just interject and
Yeah.
tell everybody, we've really done our best. I'm a procurement person, a finance person, but I know nothing about technology, and Neil and I and Tony are learning. But anyway, we're blessed by the fact that Jake brought his techie along, Wes, and within 5 minutes he straightened all over cameras. So hey, just give
He's going to
give
send the
Wes,
bill,
who was
send the
here,
bill in later on.
a round of applause. Yeah, thanks.
He's a good lad.
Anyway, go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, 'cause
Not too many zeros, I
Karen
hope.
works with us in finance, make sure that we're hopefully toeing the line and doing
Make a
everything
profit
correct.
now.
Yeah,
Keep you all on
that's the
straight
aim.
and
Yeah.
narrow.
But yeah, it's a fantastic company. Really proud of it. It's been doing some really good work. It's working a lot more now with some of the local businesses as well in the area. So it's nice to see them get results from the things we do. So yeah, enjoy it. But yeah, it's been a slog and it's got harder, got a lot harder. I think since the last election, things have just got way more difficult. Inflation's ridiculously high now. Staff are always struggling to pay bills, so you're having to increase wages consistently every year. 10% plus each year for most people because they just can't afford to pay their bills. And we pay quite well for the area. I think we're one of the higher payers in the area. I don't know whether Karen will back that up. But
I'll back that up.
yeah, we are. Yeah, definitely are. But yeah, then the tax on top of that, NI, and all of the contributions we have to make as an employer, it's just crazy. So yeah, much more difficult now to make the same money we were making probably 5 years ago.
Hey,
or 3
thanks,
years
Jake.
ago.
Every business that we get on here, Jess, I'm sure they're going to say the same thing. They're going to want to go on for 5, 10, 15 minutes
Yeah.
and moaning about
It's
how
grown about
diabolical
You tend to wonder who wants
But
to
it is
own a
bad.
company, don't you?
It is bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So thank you very much, Jake. And I just wanted to mention that my friend Nathan Johnson, I've actually known him for, turns out, about 9 or 10 years. But he's the inspector, and he fortunately controls this side of the river, Tony.
Yeah.
Okay, you and Neil's
We'll
side.
be on your best behaviour.
Look at that handsome
He
picture
looks
there.
happy there, doesn't he?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I've met him. Yeah.
Anyway, Nathan couldn't make it tonight. He's out hard at work, pounding the pavements. But he's agreed to, for me to share some of the interesting information that he's given me. And so anyway, let's have a round of applause for Nathan. He's a really great man.
Just gonna clap there.
You were going to clap. You clap if you want. Look.
But it looks like a nice bloke.
He does look like a nice
Oh
guy.
my gosh. Okay. So we got some more interesting things to share with you, and I'm never going to get bored about sharing, with you our amazing team that we had, because we're only as good as the people that we have with us.
Well,
right?
yeah, it's the team behind us as well that you don't see.
Yeah.
The unsung heroes.
Yeah. And the people that we have in our dream team, like Karen and Doug,
And of course, you.
and that gentleman up there who, he's not an accountant, but he might be, Karen. But God bless him. Look at his trousers. But
Yeah.
but anyway, it's because of all the hard work from all of our campaign team that Neil and Tony and a few others were elected. And the reason why they were elected was because we have a lot of patriotic people in this country. Most people are, and people are fed up. I was just talking to Carlo the other night, and people are really fed up seeing all the graffiti.
Well, yeah,
and
it's
weeds,
true.
right?
People won't change.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we got half the Labour vote in Exeter voting for our candidates and half the Conservatives. And we're going to get more next year, right, Tony?
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're gonna run for
Obviously, we've
Exeter
got to
City
do our
Council.
part of the thing that we've promised.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's roll. I think everybody wants to hear what our crazy lunatic reform fanatics are doing. So now, I told you before that Neil is away on holiday, right? But that hasn't stopped him from doing his work. Poor man is up there 5 o'clock every morning, and even now he claims he's not in his skivvies here, but he did give us a little video to tell us what he's actually been doing on his holiday. Jess, let's run that.
Okay, Rob has asked me to do a video while I'm on holiday because I can't make the podcast, which is scheduled for tonight. I've got my laptop out. I'm still doing emails, guys, so send them to me. I average about 35 emails a day, and if I don't do it daily, I would come back to an enormous amount. Just want to say thank you to Head of Operations, Exeter City Council. There was a long ongoing problem with a hedge, and they basically cut the hedge yesterday, and that was thanks to her, and really appreciate that. So Devon County councillors working with officers of Exeter City Council, we can work together. A few other things we've done, I've mentioned, I think, regarding the speed limit in Chudley and Dawlish Road. I went to a really good meeting and we've all agreed that's going to be dropped to 30 miles per hour, and that will start with a consultation from November and should be implemented around February. So that's a result. Regarding the mud on the building exits up in that area, it was ascertained that there was a breakdown of the mud vehicle. That's all been sorted out, so we're coordinating it. I must say I'm really enjoying being a councillor. Sat here doing the emails today is, I'm really content. I'm not really a sun person anyway. I will have a beer later on, but I don't have too many beers. The next thing is a few things coming up in the future. As you might know, these allegations.
Oh,
Well, you cheeky. You
he's
cut your
gone.
boss off, eh?
Where's he gone?
The smile. I'm going to get a picture of your smile.
He's-
Anyway, isn't
Loving
Neil
it, yeah.
fantastic? Up every morning, thinking about his constituents. Poor wife. Oh my gosh.
Dana, remember?
Yeah. Anyway, hey, Jess, let's give him a round of applause. He's a great
Yeah, I
guy.
think he's been cut off there. I think he's off down to
Yeah.
Pine.
And,
And I'm pretty sure he had budgie smugglers on. They weren't
short.
short.
Hey, we got some comments coming in. Let's have some more, guys. Put them on Facebook for us, okay? We'll pick them up right as we're speaking. I got it right here. What do you think? Now, Tony, moving on to you. Tell us about your challenges and
My
achievements.
challenges this week. The achievements have been few and far between on that side. I've not had time because I've actually had to attend so many meetings this week, from doing some of the ones that Neil would have attended because obviously he's enjoying himself over in Turkey.
Do you get along with your brother?
Yeah. So, yeah, essentially stagecoach meeting to do with the local buses and situations like that. One of the things that's coming up soon, you'll hear more about through Exeter City Council, is the local government reorganisation. All sounds fun. So I've had a big meeting about that with some of the heads of the local council, and that concerns Exeter reorganising and pulling out of Devon County Council and reshuffling all that. So Exeter would be a smaller authority, and there'd be various other authorities like Torquay and Plymouth, all operating independently. So we were finding out more about that. Then, of course, I had to go straight on to a highways training Teams meeting, which means I had to sit there for an hour and a half learning everything you can about roads. Tomorrow, I have a 3-hour meeting that is essentially about scrutineering about what Devon County spent their money on. So that'll be really exciting.
Oh, fantastic.
But we will get fed on that one.
Yeah.
Which is most important for us.
Hey,
county
Tony, I've got a
councillors.
question for you. Maybe, Doug, you can answer this, but what do you think is going to be the impact of potentially if they do expand the patch of the Exeter City Council to... let Doug answer that. He's a pro.
Go for that one.
For me personally, I think that it's a tremendous opportunity. Some years ago, when I was a district councillor, we started talking about devolution, and then, of course, things went quiet. So I'm looking forward to this happening. I just hope that the outcome means a great benefit, basically, for Devon, and not just another reorganisation for the sake of reorganising as well. If we can get rid of some of the unnecessary councillors, that would be helpful. I'm not looking at you, Tony, okay?
Oh, you can look at me all you want.
So,
Well, there are a couple of independents, I think, don't we have?
well, we've got independents and Greens and some of the Labour I'd like to see
I think
gone.
it is, like you say, it's a case of reducing. I'm not going to say dead wood here, but reducing the staff so that you don't have too many chiefs. Because at the moment, that's what it feels like, too many chiefs. So you're reducing the area and hopefully improving the service, which is what they did say they were hopefully going to achieve. So time will tell, but I think we have no say in this, by the way. It's Exeter City Council who are sorting it out. And I said there will be no public vote. So you will find more about it over the coming term.
I mean, how many county councillors have we got, Tony?
We have 60.
60 for the whole of Devon.
Yeah, we have 60 for the whole of Devon.
Yeah, and do you know what the cost is for the whole of Devon?
What,
You know,
for
how
county
much are they
councillors?
paid?
Not enough in my book, but I mean, why are you going to offer me a pay rise?
No, I was just thinking reform could do with a pay rise, but there's others that could do with having some of their money kept.
I can't possibly comment
No,
on
I'm sure you can't.
what Devon County officials get paid, but if you
No,
go,
they'll be worth their weight in gold.
I'm sure they are. But if you go online, you will find out, and I'm sure they're worth every penny.
Okay.
Although somebody did say that I was talking to that if this did go through, I'm sure they'll want more.
Fantastic. Anything else, Tony? Before we
Yes,
move
there
on?
was one other thing. I've put it on my Facebook. Highways, roads in this area, roads in Exeter. If anyone has any problems with the roads or any issues, pavements, please bring them forward to myself, Neil, or any of your Devon County councillors in this area. And then they will be put forward to the highways officers, the local ones, so that when we talk to them, when we go out and we drive around, we can actually point these issues out. And like I said, not everyone like Isleworth Road will be done just like that. They'll be done in the future. But some will be done quicker than others. And before anyone asks, I can't understand in Alphington Road why the Sainsbury's yellow lines weren't done when they resurfaced the road, because apparently that's going to be done next year.
Okay. Hey, let's give a round of applause for Tony. Okay, guys, so Neil and Tony mentioned a million times about our dream team, of course, because we got a couple people here. But should I...
You've got to big yourself up, Robert.
should I... before I do, I got a hot message in from Nat Vanstone, who says, hey, just wanted to correct you that Neil is working in Turkey, okay? Thank you, Nat. He says, good people never stop working for what they believe. Yep. Fantastic.
We'll
Thank
pay you
so
later,
much.
Nat. Pay you later.
Rob, have we got time for me to make 2 quick mentions, please?
Of course.
Yeah, first one. Unfortunately, we haven't got Nat with us, the police inspector. But I would like to say, as I've been working with the police, a young lady called Carol, and I've got to give a shout out. Devon and Cornwall Police are absolutely brilliant. They're so professional. They've got a tough job. Yeah, we know that sometimes we get problems in the city centre with homeless, the drug addicts, and so on. But I personally think that the police do a fantastic job.
Hey, thank you so
Yeah,
much,
I'd
Doug.
like to second that one as well,
Yeah.
Douglas.
The second one, if I may,
Oh, sorry, go ahead,
sorry,
yeah.
the second one, if I may, is
We'll
because
probably pick up some of this
yeah,
later.
we
Go
didn't
ahead.
really hear what Jake was saying because, with obviously the budget coming through and with the past budget, the fact that it has impacted on businesses. Can I ask Jake, has it impacted on your business where you've had to think carefully about whether you actually employ anybody else when you might have employed somebody now?
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not able to hire as quick as we'd like. It's a risk hiring, isn't it? Because you don't know if it's going to make an impact. They have to add value straight away because the money doesn't.
Well, they have to make you money,
Yeah.
I suppose,
They
don't
have to
they?
make money back, and that puts pressure on the hire. Makes you make snap decisions. Maybe
So
they stay in
if
the
they
job or
don't
they're not.
reach the standard, I take it that you've got to
You
be
have
harsh
you
and
have
say,
to, yeah,
there's the door.
yeah,
Yeah.
you do, yeah.
Hey,
So
thanks a lot.
there we are, actually getting it from the horse's mouth
Yeah.
that our economy is being impacted by poor, what can I say, the economy,
Financial decisions.
yeah, financial decisions by Rachel Reeves. We need to be working with businesses and build them up. I, for one, would like to see more individual businesses come on this podcast so that we can actually promote your businesses. I like to see independent businesses because that pound that is spent with your business stays in Exeter. It doesn't go off to the corporate accountants.
Here,
and
here.
disappear.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are great topics, Doug. Thanks a lot. And let's dive a little deeper when we get on to Jake's company and Karen's company, okay? So now the Dream Team's been at work, okay? But we can't turn around what's been happening for the last 15 years of the mainstream parties being in power. The graffiti is diabolical. Neil is arranging a meeting with the Exeter City Council graffiti team, and thank you for the director working well with her. Thank you so much. And we're going to be starting in Alphington, working our way down the river. So let's give a round for applause for Ian Wanless from Alphington. The guy's always out there, and we hope he doesn't have to use his blowtorch too much, okay?
Oh, yeah. Is that Norman, is it?
Yeah. Hey, flash up that graffiti slide for us, unless you have done that already. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're up to. So we worked hard to get our great councillors elected, and we need to be doing some things. We need to be fixing these problems. We just talked about a little bit about the graffiti. Same thing with the weeds. It's absolutely crazy to put on, on the media or Facebook that you're out there scraping a few weeds, off a wall. When we've got 1,000 miles of wall in Exeter, and the council voted to eliminate the use of weed killer that's used all across the public. So we've got to really get a focus on that. Now, the next thing I wanted to just make you all aware of is that we're kind of wondering, like, don't we have an MP, Tony, around here? What do you think he's doing?
I believe we do, but he's very, very elusive. Unless, I shouldn't say this really, unless he thinks it's a photo opportunity. But I best not say that because I've already got into trouble over that.
I'm somebody who can say it. I mean, Steve Race, without any doubt at all in my mind, basically uses Exeter for photo opportunities. He comes down, his team have basically got him lined up, pulling pints, smiling at the camera, and then he's gone. He is not an Exeter man.
Isn't he the man that was parachuted in from London?
Yes, he
And,
was.
He probably gets parachuted in
Yeah.
from a plane to land here to do his photo opportunities.
Yeah.
And he'd
But,
probably make that into a photo opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
another
it.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that concerns many anyway is the fact that he's focused on national issues, and they're not even doing a good job of the national issues. They're, when he drives his car around Exeter, and he sees all the graffiti and the weeds, shouldn't he be calling up his?
The thing
Does
is,
he
Rob,
notice
Yeah.
them? I doubt whether he
the
does.
thing-
Yeah.
the
I
thing
don't think he
is,
even thinks about it.
Well, maybe he thinks biodiversity is great with the
Yeah.
weeds. What do you think?
Yeah.
the trouble with Steve Race is, like most of the Labour MPs, they can't think independently. It's the same problem in the Devon County Council with the Liberal Democratic County Councillors. They've got one mind. And
Yeah.
really, when you do a job like this, you've got to think independently. You don't always agree with what the ruling party or your own party say.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be afraid to say that.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. That was a really good discussion. So we're going to go on to some breaking news. I keep on sort of harping on about this because the young people are really, they really want what we had, right, Doug?
Yes. Well, in my case, anyway, my generation were a very fortunate generation. And I know people say that we were given everything. It's not true. I mean, I set up 4 companies and I employed 20 people. And to the best of my knowledge, most of those guys have done very well. And I would like to see people like Jake and Karen do it equally as well. I also would like to see Jake be able to retire at the same age as I did, 52.
Even younger, actually.
Thank you. I
Jake
hope
would
so.
want to retire next week if he could do it.
Hey, Jess, if you don't mind, could you flash up that slide that's on your prompt there and play the video? Because, people, he's a very handsome man and he smiles a lot, but, meanwhile, everybody else is sobbing. It's a great song, I tell you.
Smiling faces sometimes pretend to be your friend. Smiling faces.
I will add, if Steve Race wants to come on the podcast
Absolutely.
to put his point of view
Yeah.
across,
Yeah.
it would be very interesting because obviously,
Ask him why he voted for the winter fuel.
Yeah.
now.
well, yeah,
Next
exactly,
week.
Karen. I think that's a good one. We
Yeah.
can ask quite a lot of questions, but I have a feeling he wouldn't stay very long.
May
When we-
decline.
But he would take plenty of pictures.
Yeah.
We can spend millions on cycle paths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even link up.
That's
Go
it.
anywhere.
I mean,
Well
I
said.
agree with Douglas, by the way, what was said just now. I do hope your company does become a big success
Yeah, thank you.
because of the wonderful things it does for Exeter economy.
So we'll
Thank
get on the agenda here a little bit again now and try to race through it because we're a bit behind schedule here. But that's that slide there, Jess, you can put up that you've got there. Thanks very much. Yeah, basically it's saying, there we go. Electricity bills have been doubling in the past few years, right? And why? Because we got all these projects going on, laying pipes all over the city. And you know who's smiling face up there,
allegedly.
right?
Well, there's major disruptions around Waitrose at the present moment. It's an absolute nightmare for the traffic. I mean, you asked me, Rob, last week how long it took me to get over here. Well, it took me 3 times as long as when I used my electric bike.
Do
by
you
driving my
use the cycle
daughter-in-law's
lanes, by
car.
the way, Rob? Douglas?
No, I ride on the pavements.
Oh, what a waste of money they were then.
Yeah. So anyway, you
Why
felt
don't you use the cycle
Yeah.
path?
this is a great conversation.
I use a combination of cycle paths, but when cars are parked on
Psychopaths.
it,
Cyclopaths as well, yeah.
or the road,
Can
or
I
the
can I
pavements.
say when I was young, I did cycle on the road and I never got knocked over.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Jess, could you flash that slide up that you have there? It's really a good one because now I'm not sure what's going on with the council. They were just as of 3 days ago. It was in the BBC. They were supposed to be moving into Swish new
They're-
headquarters.
Can't decide whether they want to move or not.
Yeah.
They've got to find the right premises.
Yeah.
Civic Hall will be closed, and I don't know. They're probably another
Yeah.
car park, or knowing Exeter City Council, more student accommodation
Yeah.
because you can never have enough student accommodation.
But the point, just put that on just for briefly. But one of the key takeaways is here is the council doesn't want to connect up the energy center. My.
well,
Why?
I don't. They can't at
Huh?
the moment because obviously the Civic
Well,
Hall's going. So
They won't connect up, Doug, because you're a property developer. They were going to move into the property,
Yeah.
a property owned by, maybe a pension fund, frankly, by a private landlord. And the private landlord probably says, "Doggone it, I'm not going to convert the whole building to connect up to this."
Well, it's not
energy
cheap, is
center."
it? Let's be
and then
honest.
they'd probably have to charge them twice as much for the energy, wouldn't they?
Yeah. While we're on the discussion discussing property development, for those of you in Exeter who don't realise at the present moment that the Clifton Hill Sports Centre, which was allowed to deteriorate and eventually pulled down, as of today, developers have started to do some work there. And I posted on Facebook, the question is that going to be a care home, or will Exeter City Council use it to accommodate illegal immigrants? Anybody like to put a bet on it?
I can imagine.
I'm going to say no comment on that,
Yeah.
and I've said that quite a few times since. I've
Okay,
been a
guys, so we
county
need to be
councillor.
moving on. Time is of the essence here.
Oh, sorry,
I'd
we're
love to
running
be
late.
with you all night, but now our favorite Lib Dem people, they sense that Labor's not performing, or the Greens. So
Well, you say that.
Ed Davies, what's he doing there, Tony?
You,
what do you see on
you
that
say
slide?
that. I did read that he would be quite happy to coalition with Labour if it meant that reform would be pushed out, and if that's what it meant, which I can't understand why you want to do that. Because
They have a moral duty to
well,
get
they've
rid
done
of
a
reform.
coalition with
Huh?
Conservatives, so why not Labour?
Yeah. Okay, so what's another good one, Jess? Flash that one up there.
So-
Hey, Doug, what do you think? You ride your bike. You don't pay anything, but would you mind spending £600 of your money so that somebody who came here illegal can ride for free to get a taxi?
I have very strong
Go for a
thoughts.
doctor's appointment,
I
huh?
have very strong thoughts about the money that we pay to illegal immigrants. Over the years, obviously, I've paid a fair bit of tax, like Jake, company tax and everything else. And I resent the fact that so much money is being pushed towards these people. They're taking up housing. They're taking up schools. They're taking up appointments with the National Health Service. They're actually being paid for translators. At the end of the day, 1,000 people are coming in to Britain illegally every day.
That's ridiculous.
Labour came into power saying they were going to smash the gangs.
Yeah.
They have done nothing
Yeah.
of the sort. And the fact that they're talking about one in and one out, what, three they've managed to get out, and what, 3,000 have arrived. I think the maths
sounds
don't
like a
work
fair
out.
swap, doesn't it?
Okay, so
And 3 charter
Let's
planes.
just- hey,
to get
Jess.
3
Yeah,
people
the
out.
cost of 3 charter planes.
let's give a round of applause for our MP for allowing the legislation to give them all that kind of money, right? Thank you, Steve. You're a charmer. Okay, so how about the next one? Now, we got some interesting developments about the man that was.
Who's that?
The man that was? We know who the man was.
Oh, yes.
The man that was and who wants
Sorry,
to be.
yes, I'd forgotten
But
him
anyway,
already. I've forgotten him already. Sorry.
the man that was and wants to be, and then his new sidekick.
Yeah, I don't know if I can mention this,
yeah.
but he's this person has now been chucked out of another group.
They have, yes.
So
yeah.
it was a Plymouth protest group, which I wouldn't have thought you could be chucked out of, but he's managed to achieve that.
Yeah.
So really,
Well,
if there was a,
what he tried
I'm
to do,
sure he's
Tony.
listening, by the way. So I'm going to be careful on this because I met him yesterday.
So, somebody questioned me on Facebook about my comments about him being a Walter Mitty. Well, you know, most of us, especially if you've been in the services, as 3 of us have on the Dream Team. I mean, there's yourself, who used to be a colonel in the American Air Force. There's Neil, who used to be a warrant officer in the Special Air Service. And there's me, sadly, only in the medics, but never mind. But
thanks.
a Walter Mitty is not just somebody who wears decorations and military uniform.
Yes.
A Walter Mitty is a person who's a very sad person who basically has nothing in life, so has to create the impression that he's better
Yeah.
than he is.
Good point.
And all I can say is thank God he's gone.
Tony?
Can we just quickly add that I think Rob will confirm this. We've got an important thing to do in the middle of October. There's a lot of things, as Neil will tell you, we
Yeah.
cannot talk about, but hopefully,
Yeah.
fingers crossed, as from the middle of October, it should all be over. And
Exactly.
well,
Thank you
I was
very
going
much.
to say, listen to this podcast, and
Yeah.
any good media outlets will accept the story. Really,
Thank you, Tony. So just flash that slide up, and then let's play wonderful
spell it
music.
again.
This
Yeah.
is about a man who tried to.
You
take
can
over
run, but you can't hide. I will be right by your side. 'Cause I've been thinking about you, thinking about you. It's the way you make me feel. You can run, but you can't hide. Baby, you just can't deny.
I think
Let's-
that's enough of that.
let's
when
get a
we've-
life, okay?
We've done our bit today.
Anyway, the next thing is we might be having somebody call in, but
well, we might do now. Yeah.
But anyway, just to reiterate, flash that slide up, please, Jess. But our branch is going into fighting mode now. We're introduced to the new interim chairman. Okay?
Well, yeah, we've got
Right.
rid of the ones that
the
either
wannabes.
didn't want to stay with us or or basically got thrown out. So now we're reorganising, sorting out. We're not going to leave Neil and myself. We are Reform, and we can only get stronger.
That's right. And you know what, Tony? I've done, as I said before, I've done a lot of research on primarily the Facebook people and stuff and their comments, and I've been a bit of a nerd about that. But you don't have any friends left.
I don't have any friends
Are you
anyway,
shocked?
so I have that. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I think he can actually buy some more.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
But
too
I'm not
bad.
sure on that.
He's a has-been and wannabe, and I'm glad that you and Neil have are councillors and are Reform all the way like everybody else
the
in the
interesting
branch.
thing as well is, before we end the subject, is I still have to attend meetings where these people attend. So, I will be civil about this. They've made the decision, or one did, and the other one didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad they have to sit by themselves. isn't it?
They do sit by themselves, and they don't.
My daughter plays the violin, so do I.
One of them
Okay,
doesn't
so,
even bother to talk to us
Hey,
anymore.
Jess, let's flash up the slide. Let's talk a little bit
Oh,
about
sorry,
policing
Karen.
because
So what happens to all the constituents then that voted for a Reform?
Well,
candidate that
the
now
thing
don't have
is,
one?
some people won't stand down. So I can say now that I was voted in, but it wasn't for my personality or good looks, although that probably contributed towards quite a lot of votes.
Yeah,
It was
I'd
because
say.
I was representing Reform, and I stood for Reform. So in certain cases, these people stood for Reform, and that's who people voted for. So
People voted
to
for
be
them.
honest, it would cost £22,000, and I wouldn't be happy about it. But they should stand down
Okay.
and do a by-election and see whether or not they were voted
here,
in
here,
for their
let's give an
personality
applause for that one.
or for Reform.
Now let's we got 3 minutes to talk about the policing, which is really important,
So
Tony.
we're running late. Sorry.
Feeling great.
So let's just talk about
We've got
that.
to talk about you. Yeah,
And did we always show the slide of Nathan Johnson up there, Inspector Nathan
is he
Johnson?
back again? I can say I didn't realise he was an inspector when I talked to him.
Yeah, he's a great man. So we're on page 12 of the script, guys.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, not page 2, Tony.
Oh, sorry. yeah. No wonder why you were here.
We have gone off track slightly.
Sorry about
Slightly.
that, Rob. Yeah.
Let's just hit the highlights because
we're
we
on
do have
track
to move
again.
That's
on.
the fun of
We
it,
have to
isn't
get
it?
to our sponsor. We really want to hear from
that's
Jake and
okay.
Karen. But Nathan mentioned that they have to prioritize different things. That they're funding and they're actively seeking grants. And as soon as Neil gets back, I'm going to get Nathan with you two. Okay, Tony? And please support them. They only need maybe 1,000 or 2 really to do
You're
what they
trying to
want to
hint,
do.
are you?
Yeah. So let's give an applause for Neil and Tony for supporting our police. What do you think, huh?
Thanks a lot, everybody. Yeah. I have, as Rob does mention, I do have a locality grant. I do have money left. If it is a worthy cause, like with the local police, and it benefits everybody, then
Thanks.
I quite happily donate.
Good.
Okay, so Nathan told me that just the highlights. They're blessed because of the fact that they're not really affected too much by the Met Police and all their problems. They can focus on the local stuff. And they have a police officer for three police officers for this side of the river, one in Alphington, one in St. Thomas, one for Exwick and Cowick. I'm going to get them, give you the names, and we're going to have a meeting with them, and we're going to get going on that one. Unfortunately, they have problems like every other organization, Jake. One of their guys retired, and so they're backfilling them. Yeah. Hey, Jess, let's hear from Nathan.
So hotspot policing in Exeter is all about patrolling certain areas for a certain amount of time. It comes from academic research, and it suggests that if you patrol an area with police officers, PCSOs or other accredited people for a certain amount of time, then it will deter antisocial behaviour and other street-related crime. Whilst on hotspot patrols, the officers, the PCSOs or the community safety team dedicate time into areas that have been highlighted as having higher antisocial behaviour or violent street crime. What they do when they're in there, they engage with the public, they listen to the public, they walk through shops, and they also proactively deal with people causing any issues by either taking alcohol off them, moving them on, or even dispersing them from the area.
Thank you very much, Jess, for playing that. Let's put up the next one, Jess. Just to mention Tony. See, that's Nathan where he's out there at night. Guy never sleeps either. See,
He's like you, Rob.
and they just need a few bob really just to have some leaflets and an awning for their van. Okay, it's nothing big. Do you think you can help them out?
Well, you're putting pressure on me now, Rob.
Giving you the hard sell here, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is the hard sell. Jake, do you want to give me the hard sell?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm going to let you
And,
know.
It's something again. I can't say yes. I can say yes, but they have to fill in an application like everyone else. There is no favoritism. So much as though I would say there's a check, it has to go through Devon County Council. If it's approved, I've got no problem, and I'm sure Neil would say the same. And if there's any local councillors out there who wish to contribute, feel free.
Thank you very much.
That's if you're watching, of course, which I'm sure you are.
It's not just councillors either, and it's businesses and individuals. And I'll say here now, I'm quite happy to contribute £100 towards that.
Yeah, I mean, they're there for you. Remember,
Give me the
that.
check when you leave, Doug.
I will do.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, Jess, let's flick up the next one because, some of you all may know that there's, actually every Saturday there's protests at the airport Hampton Inn at noon, okay? So if you don't have anything to do, go out there and bring your British flag along. But Nathan was telling me that actually there are three groups typically. There's the... in any protest, there's the people that are for, there are people that are against, and then there's the community. So it's their job really to make sure the community isn't really affected too much. Like if there's a protest in front of, I really wouldn't want anybody to protest in front of Labour Party headquarters, guys, on Clifton Road.
Is the one in Exeter?
You're not inciting that.
Yeah. But anyway, let's hear an applause for our police. Okay, so hey guys, Reform loves local businesses, okay? And we're really thankful again, Jake, for you and Karen. Actually, Karen ponied up the money to make the sponsorship tonight.
Karen,
Thank you
more
so much.
Karen than me, for
Yeah.
sure.
I
Team and all that.
did ask him to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we've got to, I think somewhere along the line we don't have a video, probably. I'm not sure.
Well, we don't know.
But it doesn't make any difference. Okay, this is your great. This is what you do. We can talk over that.
Yeah, so these are barbecue reseller or actual kitchen reseller is next to us. We've got we work with Mercedes, also in the local area. So there's a load of local businesses actually in that mix, and then some other businesses in the national. So yeah, so we're already doing quite well in the area, which is great.
Did I see a four-wheel drive?
You did, yeah. That's the JLR experience down the road.
That was just Karen on a freebie.
Yeah.
Karen on a freebie, off she
It's
goes.
interesting because, of course, there's two of us here,
Yeah.
one a grandparent and one a mother,
Yeah.
and we both sent our children off on
It's really good.
experiences.
I mean, I haven't done it, but I know.
On the back of that.
Yeah.
That was
it's
obviously
good.
Karen doing that one then.
Yeah.
Karen was.
She said,
wheel
"I'll
spinning.
take that one."
He was wheel spinning around, yeah.
Hey, Jess, maybe can you flick it back to the team picture so you can talk about your team there, Jake?
Yeah, so
Karen's not on that picture for some
Karen,
reason,
Karen
right?
is on the website, by the way,
She was on that 4x4.
And my dog.
and your dog as well. Yeah, they're on the website. But yeah, that's a team shot. I haven't seen that shot for a while. It's a new.
Are
one
they
for
all
me,
still
but
there?
They are, yeah. So yeah, they're all there. They're all with the company.
I just got it on.
They've
flipping
all
WhatsApp
created a
from
good
Karen
profit
this
then,
session.
so they're...
They've kept their job, so they're doing
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
good.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
No thanks to Rachel Reeves.
No, she hasn't made it easy for sure.
Well,
But,
tell us, how did you start this company?
So yeah, I sort of alluded to it a little bit at the start. I think my job originally was working for big tech companies and seeing what they did and learning from that. I kind of wanted to help businesses get into the UK. So I was doing more international travel at the start. When I first set it up, I think I had 140 flights in a year, going around setting up the business for other brands we were working with. And then over time, it's changed. It's, as by the name, it's evolved, and it's very much now a UK-based business dealing with UK companies. A lot of them, as I say, in the Exeter area. So we're really ingrained in the local businesses and what they're trying to do and achieve. And it's brilliant, and the team's done a fantastic job of building that out, really. So very proud of the team. But it's been...
I was going to say, do you find that the extra companies that you promote are doing really well?
They're struggling. So, but they do better when they work with us.
Well,
Which is always
that's
the way
good.
to-
That's good to hear.
you know,
Jake.
it's
Good
always the way-
answer.
It
Good
is,
answer.
yeah. I think it's hard in this landscape as a business to get yourself out there, and things like we're doing now. Not everyone has access to that, right? So we have a podcast facility that people can use. We go and film on site. We tell their story,
Yeah.
and that's really important because how does anyone know you exist if you don't tell your story? So it used to be the paper. You get the paper and there'd be something written up about you. Now it's online and it's a big landscape to try and tackle. So we definitely help businesses. And you see the difference when they're getting lots of inquiries from when they're not. They're so less stressed. They're happier. They feel more relaxed that things are going in the right direction. So
Excellent.
yeah. It's a good.
And how do you find your people? Like, how'd you find Karen? She
Karen found me, I think.
Oh, that sounds even worse, doesn't
She
it?
found me. I was introduced to Karen actually by somebody else that we employed, and they spoke highly of her, and we met, and it was. that
She
was
did
it,
her
wasn't it?
she
You were
did
on
her
straight
sales
away.
pitch.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. Karen's amazing at what she does. She really cares about the business. You know, she makes a big impact. every
You know
day.
how I met Karen?
How?
Am I allowed to say
This
Karen?
sounds, this sounds dodgy now.
Where was
Okay,
it? Where
yeah.
was this?
Well, actually, when back in March, I think, when we were putting together the nomination papers for all the different candidates, right? They had to have signatories, and Tina, who only lost by 25 votes, I think, right,
Just
Doug?
25 votes.
Yeah, it was close.
Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, so Tina said, "Rob, can you help me?" So I started calling people up, and the first person I called was Karen, and she said, "Rob, I'll come over right now and sign Tina's papers." That's the kind of person Karen
wow,
is. Give us an
well
applause for
There
Karen.
was probably one name in his book, Karen. You're good like that.
That's why she's a member of our dream team.
Yeah.
Councillor in Heavitree.
Yeah.
And
you
tell us-
you came close.
How do you get your clients then?
Well, we've just like today, I've been at a business networking event down the road. It was at a winery. There's no wine though, so it's a bit disappointing. Tea and coffee.
No point. Karen didn't go to that one
Probably
then.
good job because I was coming here after, so that's probably wise. But yeah, you know, networking, working. We've done business events in the area, just really trying to do, and then we do national outreach as well for bigger clients. But definitely just trying to get to know who's on your doorstep. Really, it's all about meeting people, isn't it? Because people don't want to. They buy off people, don't they? So if they feel an affinity, there's a connection there. They want to work with you. So yeah, that's how a lot of it's come about.
Do you find you get repeat business from them?
I've got clients who've been with me for 7-8 years. So yeah, typically once they're working with us, they tend to stay working with us.
And you tend to find as well, I suppose, they recommend you as well.
They do
If
loads
it's-
of referrals.
yeah.
Yeah. Like really nice when someone goes, "I've got 2 friends I want to tell you, about you."
It just spreads like that.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, but you've got to do good work for that to happen. You've got to care as well, haven't you, to do that. So-
Karen, tell us about the finance side.
Nightmare.
Is it?
She's gonna-
Nightmare.
Is it?
Don't give
Are
away
you-
any
are
figures.
you-
Yeah, don't give away
Does your
any.
balance sheet have 300,000 pounds in it?
It's a challenge, I
Yeah.
will say. It's you know, like we were alluding to before, it's getting more and more difficult to kind of make those in balance. But we're doing okay. We're,
we have good periods
We
and
have good
on
periods.
hard
I think
days.
it's the same for all, when you go through the year. There's always a slack time, and then there's times where that makes up for it,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think
and you just average it out.
I think a lot of businesses I speak to now, they are really making enough money to put some profit at the end of the year, but really they're paying people's wages. And this is what everyone forgets.
yeah.
The government forgets that
How
SMEs employ most of the
how is it
people
going
in
to
the UK.
affect you? Is it the autumn budget that's coming up?
I'm
Because
worried about that a lot.
yeah, you do hear a lot of rumours, which generally
Not gonna be good,
means
is it?
it's not good, and it means it's probably going to be true. But you do hear that they're going to sort of put various taxes up again.
It's the way they go about collecting them as well. They're very aggressive now. You know, you can't miss payments. They're really on you. They don't want to give you any leeway really, or
don't wanna
even
give you
ask
any
about
support.
how the business is going, if there's any support needed.
They're not interested.
They're not interested. So
No,
it's-
they just want
they're
the money.
milking every business dry, really. I mean, that is how it
But
feels.
they just
That's
don't
how
seem
it
to be
is.
thinking of the future, and people like your company and every other company.
No,
They just think we want the money now.
yeah, it's sad, really. But yeah, I
But
mean,
they should be working with you.
I just don't see how it's going to change really right now. I mean, reform's got to get in. Obviously, that's what. The
Well,
next thing,
they've
the
got to
big
do,
vote that
even as
happens.
reform, I mean, they've
Yeah.
got to do their promise.
You do wonder how much control you get. I wonder how much is controlled by the British Bank and Bank of England, sorry, and how much they actually have a say in all the policies, because some of the policies they come out with just doesn't make any sense. Really, financially for the economy, it's not making any sense. It's just
Well, I think the last budget was the one that's done a lot of damage
a lot
to all, for the firm. I used to work for a firm, like I say, and
What happened in the last budget, Tom?
They raised the national insurance. I mean,
raised the
that's
national
crippled
insurance.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
firms were reluctant to employ because I can't remember how
cost of
much the
labour.
exact figure was.
To 15%.
Yeah, quite a big jump.
And it's a lot if you employ, especially if you've got a huge.
But I mean, their excuse was, I think it was a 22 billion, and then it went up to mysteriously 51 billion. Or
Yeah,
something.
that's it. Yeah.
So they wanted the money, but I don't think it actually helped the debt at all. As much as I don't know what happened to all the money, although obviously if you're paying £600 for a taxi ride, I think we can guess where some of it went.
Yeah. It's not helped either by the fact that people like the Prime Minister, Starmer, and Rachel Reeves and the others were talking the economy down. So internationally, people were looking at Britain and thinking, I don't think I'm going to invest in Britain for the moment.
No.
So,
Well, they also had a lot of the big companies, actually pull out of Britain.
Yeah.
Some of the millionaires and all that,
Yeah.
because quite simply, why should they pay all this tax? Go to another country.
I think the wheels are falling off more now, though. JLR's in a lot of trouble. They've just paused all their production till
Yeah.
next
Yes.
year.
Who's
That's-
JLR? What
Jaguar Land Rover.
Yeah.
Although I
Look-
think they've been
look-
hacked
look
as
at-
well.
look at-
So
Look
Huge
at
employer.
look at the impact on the supply chain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just Jaguar Land Rover, but all the people
all
who
the way
supply
down.
all the little bits.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
And that's men and women who've got mortgages, who've got school fees. That wasn't a dig at Bridget, whatever her name is, Phillipson or whatever, because of the VAT.
Yeah.
I'm not a happy chappy on that one.
I was going to say, don't talk to me about VAT.
No, I know.
Private school
But
fees.
seriously, I mean, the impact in the Midlands on
Massive.
the supply chain is absolutely
well, yeah,
horrendous.
people forget it's not the big businesses. It's
all
not just them who
those little
suffer, it's
businesses.
all the ones that
Absolutely.
depend on those
Feed into it.
businesses,
Well, they-
Yep.
right down to the food wagons that go driving around.
Can't afford their 15% national insurance, so actually they've got to let 3 people go now.
Well, the JLR are also one of the largest employers of people when they come out of university.
Yeah.
I think they
Yeah.
take on 800 people a year
Wow.
out of university for engineering.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
one of the biggest
Yeah.
employers. So that going, and it will likely go.
Well, yeah,
If
they
don't
have
do
to save
anything,
money
it's gonna
somewhere.
go, Is
So
where
where
do
do
they
those
go? Where
people
do they
go?
go and work? And so then we have a shortage of engineers in the UK anyway. So this is a problem, and then you want to go into manufacturing, but you're not supporting manufacturers. So I don't know where they plan on growing the economy. I don't know what.
I'm
what
sure-
bit-
I'm sure
where's
there's
the
a
money
room
going to
somewhere with
grow
people
it?
in
I
it.
don't know. But
I don't think they've supported manufacturing.
I don't firstly think they think very far ahead. They may say they do, but
Very short
their
sighted.
first objective was to grab as much money as they could.
yeah,
And that didn't work, and they're going to do same on the autumn budget, which probably won't
Well,
work
the autumn
either.
budget, they're looking at putting national insurance on dividend payments.
Yeah,
You
well,
can imagine what that's gonna do to all the
they're
directors.
thinking of
Yeah.
betting shops. I know Rob's looking
pensions.
rather perplexed
Yeah,
there.
National
pensions,
insurance on
yeah.
pensions. as
Just
well.
while we're talking about pensions, a quick one.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a go at the old age pensioners, those who are on state pension. Well,
Loco.
my question would be, why the hell don't they look at the over generous contributions to civil servants and the National Health Service who come away with amazing pensions?
Yeah.
Why don't they look at those people rather than to pick on the elderly who
Because
I'm
they'll
not
have the
talking about
unions
the
onto them.
sorry?
They'll have the unions onto them.
Yeah, of course they would. But I'm not on about the pensioners who've got independent pensions as well, because obviously they are quite wealthy. But there's an awful lot of people who've relied, who thought that by working hard, paying their weekly money, that they were going to get a pension that they could live on. Where is Britain in the League of Pensioners? Right down the bottom. Right down the bottom.
You forgot to mention as well, by the way, that I think, Jake, you'll be retiring at 74 the way things are going,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're up in the pension age.
yeah. Well,
So,
hopefully
I
don't
mean,
have
I
to,
could
but
be
we'll see.
sceptical and say they just want you to
Yeah.
work up to that date, pass away, and then they won't have to pay you a penny.
As I said, Jake, do what I did. Retire at 52.
Retire.
I'm gonna
Retire
make the most
tomorrow,
of it.
Jake.
Make the
We're
most
for
of it.
52. I'm gonna
Retire
follow
tomorrow.
in
Sell it
footsteps.
all up, eh? Sell it all up.
The
Sit
trouble
on a
is-
beach earning 20%.
The trouble is, I just retired 2 years ago after 50 years of work, but I loved my work. And Jake and Karen will never retire. They love their work, right?
do.
I mean, you love your company.
Jake's
and
thinking
what
well.
they're producing, right?
We talked about that this
I said
morning,
you'd be
didn't we?
bored. You'd be bored. I was going to swear then, but you'd
Yeah.
be bored.
I mean, what are the next steps for your company?
Well, really, just what we've done this year is just really get a foothold in where all these costs, all this increase and everything, the businesses we work with, some of them have also suffered, so you lose clients. But we've now got to a point where the business is healthy, it's growing, the team's doing a fantastic job. So just enjoying it more, because it's been a struggle, and it continued to be a struggle. I don't expect to retire next year, but I think if we can weather some of these storms, fingers crossed, and we should, then we do another 10 years would be nice in the UK. It's rare for a business to do 10 years now. It's like they don't last.
Jake, would you and Karen come back on again
Of
at
course.
some point, and then just let us know how the next budget, which is going to be in November, has affected you as a company, but perhaps not more importantly, but as importantly, how it's affected businesses that use you to promote their business. Cut.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's got to cut. We've been told we've
Hey,
got to
Jake,
move on.
Yeah.
Jake, make sure you thank Karen for allowing you to come on this podcast and for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you so much.
Karen. Yeah.
Rob was
So,
getting worried then. Rob was getting worried then.
So, Tony, please award the Green Party Weed of the Week award.
Right, Green
okay?
Party Weed of the Week. It has been criticised. People say it's pointless, but we're going to do it anyway. So the Weed of the Week's come up. I think that's quite a nice one. I wouldn't want to put a height factor on it, but I'd say that was about 5 foot. There we go. And the winner is, I think it's going to come up, Carol Wegg. Have we got a picture of her?
Hey. No, we don't.
She's
Carol on
obviously
there.
not got a picture
But,
of her.
Camera shy.
She's camera shy, but
No, seriously, Tony.
we'll have
we were
another look at
elected-
the weed.
We were elected to get rid of those weeds, and that doesn't mean that we have a bunch of peasants out there,
No, I didn't say
you know,
that. I will
we-
say that I did criticise some residents for doing it, but I think looking at it, they're doing a brilliant job, and I appreciate everything they've done. I've seen what they've cleaned up, and what an excellent job it is.
I agree. I mean, in front of my house, it's, I keep it pristine as much as possible, but, I can't do all of Alphington Road. Sorry, sir, okay? Anyway, now listen, are we going to have Neil calling in tonight, Jess?
Technical
No,
difficulty.
Problems
he's
is
sitting there
funny.
with a beer in his Bugly Smugglers.
He's had too many beers. man.
Okay, anyway,
Later over there.
not safe to be online. Okay, Bonnie's there.
I think he stood up now, so it's best
Okay,
not
so
to.
let's do a little call to action, guys, okay? It only costs £25 to save the country, seriously, because you got one chance with the elections coming up. You never know when the numpties are going to call a general election, okay? And as I said before, a wise man, very wise man actually said, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few, right, Doug?
Absolutely. Spot on.
And so, guys, we're pulling out the stops. And this podcast is an example, right, Tony?
It is, and it'll be back to normal next week. Neil will be sitting
Yeah.
in this seat.
So I'm going to show you just
1 week
briefly, because we have 2 minutes left. You might have to cut this off. What's
Hey
behind
guys,
the scenes
this
here?
is a behind the scenes view of what it takes to produce a podcast. We try to go live right on time. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Amazing
Or we run out of time.
producer desk with our Roadcaster sound manager.
Oh, that's it.
Okay,
We're out of
we'll run
time.
that more next week.
Yeah.
But,
More next week on that part.
Anyway,
too.
it's all happening, but we need your help. The 2026 council elections are coming up, and Jake, you're going to move into Exeter, and you're going to become a reform, and you can maybe be our
100%.
chairman. What do you think?
100%.
We're looking
Well up
for a
for
good
that.
chairman of our
Yeah.
branch, right?
Amazing.
What do you think, Karen? And anyway, anybody can join reform. Okay, again, it's cheap as chips. So I guess we're gonna pass along here, and just want to thank you for watching. Anybody have any passing comments?
Yeah, if you haven't already done so, please join on Facebook. Exeter Needs Reform.
Applause button for that one.
Pass
Thank
the
you very
message on.
much.
Well done, Doug.
Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you next Thursday, guys.
Thank you.